So the birds were roosted somewhere down this tree line. I'm pretty sure they did not fly down onto my side of the property line, but I gotta be real cautious anyway. I just stood up and a big red head popped out of the grass about 30 yards in front of me. It ran off to the side back into these trees here. I never could see a long beard on it, but the grass is kind of tall, so it's hard to say. Let's see if I can get a look across the line onto this private field. I hope that was a Jake. I definitely blew it on a bird, slipped in on me quiet. Gotta love when they do that. But it's promising though. I was afraid these birds here would just play that property line game and always roost on the property line and always fly down to private, which is what they've been doing. But I think I'm gonna go check some fields and I'm gonna go grab some breakfast and then hit another spot. So I'll be back with you. She smelled me. 10 yards. Well, I'm trying a spot that I scouted last year before season, but never did hunt it. It's got potential, I think. One of those spots I'm gonna have to go in and try it out, so here I am. Here's a dust bowl. Looks like there's an old boot track in it too. Well, I'm trying a spot that I've not turkey hunted in 2 or 3 years. It usually has a couple birds around. It's got the same issue as usual with property lines. They like to spend time on private fields and stay out there most of the day. They're not always going to be in those fields, and if I find a lonely gobbler, all bets are off. Freaking tadpoles. I've gone away from private after not seeing anything in any of the pastures. Not hearing anything either. The river's down below me to my right. It's pretty thick up here. It's been pretty thick everywhere. It's all cedars. Once this wind dies down, I'm gonna call. I just got a gobble. I'm pretty sure he's across the river. I had a feeling I should do some more aggressive cutting. It was like a shot gobble or a courtesy gobble probably. But I'll hang tight and see if he fires up or if he tries to come in quiet. I got a view of the opposite riverbank and I'm well concealed up here in the shade, so if he does come down for a look, I'll be able to tell if he flies across or not. He just gobbled again. He's a lot closer. He's down that way. Almost directly across the river from me. Just trying to make the illusion the hen is headed away. Well, that's gobbler number 3. He cut me off when I start cutting at him. He's exactly straight across the river now. He's not any closer, but he's pretty close. I think he's probably gonna stay over there for a while. I don't know if it's worth hanging with him. Oh, that bird's gone quiet for good now. It's been a while since I got a gobble out of him. So, going back to the truck, try another spot. It is almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so we got a few hours left. Well, nothing here this evening. I was hoping I'd hear something fly up at least, but it's real breezy and I never heard anything. So I'll be going somewhere else in the morning. I will be back with you soon. Got multiple birds gobbling. That bunch of them there is together, but then I heard one or two that was in a different spot on the same field. I can't. There's a hen. There's at least a couple hens with them. There's 4 or 5 gobblers at least. I can't hunt that field. They were roosted up here on the property line yesterday. Yeah, there's multiple birds in at least 2 different parts of that field from what I can hear. And then I hear one gobbling way farther off. And I thought I heard one gobble way off behind me, but I don't know if it was on private or public. I'm fooling around with these hens. I just had one gobble. I think he is over my right shoulder. Probably on private. As best I can tell, I've heard at least 7 different gobblers this morning, all in different fields that I can't hunt. The one that's been gobbling most recently is the one that was over my shoulder when I first set up this morning. He's still up on the same hillside. I'm gonna try to work my way towards him, see if I can get him to work, but I'm gonna check some fields that I can hunt first, and then I'm gonna go try to set up a little closer to that bird and see if I can get him to budge. I don't know if he's got hens or not, but he's gobbled the most on the ground here recently, so. Well, it's about 3 hours past sunrise and there's still some birds in that field, although I can't see them because it's greened up too much. I've got one hen yelping and one bird has gobbled twice here in the past 5 minutes. So there's still something out there. Yeah, a couple of toms. I've repositioned on these birds. I'm trying to figure out which way they're going, but like typical field birds, they're kind of going back and forth, whichever way they feel like going. They're right across the creek from me, and I'm about 30 yards from the creek. Well, everything's gone quiet. I've given them a good hour at least. I'm gonna head back to the truck, and I'll figure out a plan for later. Well, someone just drove a ATV through this private property here. I was trying to get close to the boundary and call and see if I could get an answer. I didn't get an answer yet, but somebody just went off driving into those fields, so I'm gonna go back to the truck and try another spot. Well, I'm trying some new spots today. Mostly gonna be in the woods. There are some fields around, but I think I'll stay generally in the woods, but we'll see how it goes. Got a fresh dust bowl here. I've never seen a gobbler in a dust bowl. Leave me a comment if you have, because I've only seen hens. This is a hen feather. See, it's got the brown tip. Only ever seen hens or found hen feathers in a dust bowl like that. But I've heard gobblers use them. If anyone's ever seen a gobbler using a dust bowl like that, dusting around, let me know, because I'd like to know if they actually dust the way hens do. That doesn't look too good. Tail feathers off a hen. Not big enough to be gobbler. Something got a hold of a hen right here a while ago. Looks like we're getting into some turkey scratch here. Mixed with armadillo sign, so it's hard to tell. Some of this is definitely scratch. Be a good place to sit up for a while in case something comes in silent. It's been quiet, real quiet today, but there's tons of scratch in this little patch of hardwoods here. So I'm gonna have to remember this spot. I know there's birds in here somewhere. It's like almost like early season scratch. There's multiple birds that have been in here. I've never hunted around so much poison ivy as I have out here. I've run into some patches before, but it seems like everywhere I go, the ground is covered in it. Running into some more turkey scratch right by this mosquito factory here. You can see down here. Still haven't been able to get a gobble out of anything. Still haven't bumped any turkeys either. And we got another dusting bowl here. Definitely been some hens in here. I'll bet it's a group of hens with a tom or two, if I had to guess. A lot of hens are nesting now, but not all of them. Alright, well, there's a bunch of turkey sign in here. I'm headed back to the truck. Never heard a gobble, yelp, or nothing, but they're in here for sure. I've seen a lot of good sign, and I'm gonna go head down the road to the store, get me a snack and something to drink, and then I'm gonna meet up with my buddy Fred Hill. We're gonna go hunt somewhere. I think he's tagged out. We're gonna hunt somewhere down the road from here and see if we can't get on a bird. Got a big long dust bowl here. A little pile of feathers over there. Somebody shot one.
I'd like to hear one gobble.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Get some more back there.
There's one standing down there. Not one single gobble.